Apple just announced the Apple Watch Series 8 and the new Apple Watch SE, and we got to go hands-on with both of them. The Apple Watch Series 8, which launches on September 16th, starting at $399. The biggest thing that's different about the Series 8 this year is its new temperature sensor. So there's actually two temperature sensors in the watch, one close to the skin underneath the watch and one under the display. And Apple says that this should make the readings more accurate since it can better distinguish between environmental factors and what might be happening inside your body. The biggest reason why Apple wanted to bring a temperature sensor to the Apple Watch is to help with female health tracking and family planning. So now that the Apple Watch Series 8 has these sensors and it can detect some baseline changes in your temperature as you're sleeping overnight, it can actually provide retrospective ovulation readings, so it can tell if you've been ovulating. This is a big deal because it really kind of rounds out the Apple Watch Series 8 as a health and wellness device, and this is something that Apple has seemingly been working towards for a long time. The other big thing that we're going to see in the Series 8 and Apple's other new watches is car crash detection. So this feature is basically exactly what it sounds like. It should be able to detect car crashes and then notify emergency services and your emergency contacts. And the reason why this is in the new watches and not some of Apple's older watches is because it relies on the new gyroscope and accelerometer in the new batch of Apple Watches. Those are the biggest things coming to the Apple Watch Series 8. But of course, the Series 8 also has a lot of the features that have been on previous Apple Watches, like fall detection, emergency SOS, the ability to track blood oxygen saturation levels, and the ability to take an ECG from your wrist. So again, this is really just another step in the direction of the Apple Watch becoming a full-fledged health and wellness device. We had a few minutes to go hands-on with the Apple Watch, and just looking at it, there isn't much that you can tell on the surface that's really different, because a lot of these features kind of happen passively in the background. And the other thing that is also coming to the new watches, as well as the Series 4 and higher, is a new low power mode. Now, this is great because as wonderful as the Apple Watch is as a fitness tracker, the battery life just isn't long enough, especially if you want to use it for sleep tracking. So what this new feature does is it turns off certain features that drain the battery faster, such as the always-on display and automatic workout detection, and it cuts out those features so that it can actually extend the Apple Watch's battery life. And this is huge because, again, it can prolong that battery life, and even though I would still love to see longer battery life in the Apple Watch, this seems like it could be a good substitute. The Apple Watch SE is an upgraded version of the Apple Watch SE that launched back in 2020. There isn't too much that's different this time around, but the new watch does have an updated Apple S8 processor, which is the same chip that powers the new Series 8. And that alone is probably the biggest selling proposition here, because it means that the Apple Watch will last for years to come and will probably be able to support new features coming in new software versions of the Apple Watch. The previous SE, by comparison, runs on an older S5 chip, which is starting to get a little bit old by now. Other than that, there isn't too much that's new with this year's SE, but I am excited because it's actually cheaper than the previous version. So the new Apple Watch SE will cost $249, while the previous one was priced at $279. And that's great because not only is this meant to replace the old SE, but it's also replacing the Series 3, which Apple previously sold for $200. And that watch, if you read CNET, you'll know that we don't recommend buying that watch anymore. That watch, even though it was pretty cheap, it was really old, the processor was getting slow, it doesn't even support watchOS 9, and the screen is a lot smaller than Apple's newer watches. So this is $50 more than the Series 3, but I feel like the changes are definitely worth it. So are you excited about the Apple Watch SE, or are you going to go for the Series 8? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss our full review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.